Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Now for our top corporate story of the morning, Novo Nordisk shares rising in pre-market trading. This after the drug maker wins approval to sell a pill version of its blockbuster obesity drug, Wegovy. Joining us now with a special guest, Katie Greifeld. Hey, Katie.
Hey, Anne-Marie. Thank you very much. Joining me now, I'm pleased to say, is the CVO of Novo Nordisk. His name is Mike Doustdar. Mike, great to have you with us. Just to set the scene here, when it comes to the U.S. market, you've been losing share to your rival, Eli Lilly, for a couple years now. But with this approval, you have an important first-mover advantage when it comes to oral GLP-1s. Given that you expect to start selling the pill version of Wegovy in January, whereas Eli Lilly isn't due on the market until March, how do you plan to make the most of this head start?
Thanks very much for having me, Katie. As they say, Christmas comes early, so I'm super excited, of course, to be here announcing the Wegovy pill. As you say, this is really going to be super exciting for the millions of patients that have been waiting to get their hands on a GLP-1 pill. And for the first time, we are having a pill that has an efficacy of some 17% if you take the pill regularly, and 1 in 3 people are going to actually reduce up to 20% weight loss. I think that data speaks for itself, and we are super excited, of course, to be the first to the market, and we're going to go all in trying to make this a huge success.
Well, moving forward, I mean, beyond just these first few months, after Eli Lilly does have their pill on the market, how do you plan to compete? What is your strategy there, given my understanding is that there's likely going to be no restrictions when it comes to food, when it comes to drinks, around Lilly's version?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there are no other phase 3 trials of oral GLP-1 that has shown this level of efficacy. This means that for the first time ever, people do not have compromise between either taking an efficacious injection or a convenient pill. For the first time ever, you have the same efficacy of 17% in injection or a pill. You can take it on a daily basis as a pill or a weekly injection. And that, I think, is the key selling points with Wegovy pill. We also have more than 10 years of course, experience with regards to safety data and what have you. That's why it's called the Wegovy pill, which means that this pill is not only going to reduce your weight, it also has protection for your cardiovascular systems. So this is a phenomenal pill, second to none, I would say, and we are very ready to compete with it.
Let's talk about how you're going to sell it. Through what channels will you sell this Wegovy pill, and will all of those channels be available at launch?
The quick answer is yes. We're going all in. We're, of course, going to sell this through our own websites, NovoCare Pharmacy, as well as all of our partners, be it Ro, LifeMD, Costco, Weight Watchers. Everyone that you can imagine is going to start launching this at the same time on the day of the launch. Trump RX, of course, will be coming up soon as well as, of course, the traditional channels that usually medicine is procured in U.S.
Well, to that point that, it's going to be widely available, let's talk about supply. I know that you've already started production. How confident are you that you're going to be able to, meet all of that demand at launch, given, of course, the supply challenges that you've been through in the past?
Let me take you back, 10 years ago, when we started the journey of putting a peptide into a pill, no one thought scientifically that is possible. You have to remind your audience that pills are usually chemical entities, small molecules, and not proteins and peptides. And often they have lower efficacy because of that. When we decided to actually go this route, everyone thought scientifically this is impossible. Then after that, when we proved them wrong, people thought that we cannot scale that because this is quite difficult to do, again, because it's large molecule inside a pill. Again, we have shown confidence that we are able to scale this more than enough for every single person who would want to take the pill, and we're ready for that. And then, of course, lastly, people are writing us off that, this would not be possible at an affordable price. And I'm also very happy to say, once again, we are proving all of these skeptics wrong. So I'm super excited that we have something that is borderline miracle, in my own humble opinion, a peptide in a pill with a high efficacy, produced at scale, and we're going to actually sell it through all channels at relatively affordable price.
I'm curious how you see this market evolving, whether you think that, having this pill version available will expand the total addressable market, the total number of patients that you can reach, or whether or not it might cannibalize the injectables that you're already serving.
In my own family and circle of friends, there are a number of people that have been very attracted in taking a GLP-1 product and reducing weight. Unfortunately, they have not, taken that journey because they've been either afraid of injections or there's the taboo of injection. I think a lot of these people today will be able to find Wegovy pill incredibly interesting as a way, again, to come in, get the same efficacy as your injection, but in a form factor of a pill. So in short, I think the market will expand quite a bit, actually, for many of these people that have just been waiting and seeing the injectable versions of these GLP-1 products taking the world by storm.
And of course, we have to talk about pricing and how that plays into the political picture. Many drug makers, yourself included, have made pricing deals with the Trump administration. And given that those deals have already been made, what additional political hurdles do you see, if any, in 2026?
Well, again, the whole negotiation with the Trump's administration has been around providing access at an affordable price, and we have announced that we will start the starting dose of the Wegovy pill at $149, which I think is a very affordable price for many Americans to get interested at, and I will say that as we go forward, of course, we will very much like to continue expanding the market, and we will make sure that the price levels are in a way that will make us do that.
And Mike, before I let you go, I have to ask you about M&A. Of course, you had that high-profile bidding war with Pfizer over Metsera. Pfizer ultimately came out on top. But with that in the background, are you still looking to pursue deals here to help fill out your pipeline, so to speak?
Absolutely. We have made it very clear that we would like to sustain our leadership in diabetes and obesity and go very deep. We have a fantastic pipeline in both of those therapy areas, but the world is very large. We are dealing with some close to 2 billion people that are suffering from diabetes, obesity, and overweight. And when you're having an ambition to actually capture as many patients as possible from this very large pool, then you will continue looking not just in your own research shop, but everywhere else to see how complementary-wise you could actually have the best pipeline available and the best offering amongst all your competitors.
Well, Mike, I know it is a big day for Novo Nordisk. I really appreciate you taking the time for Bloomberg Television. Happy holidays when you get there. That is Mike Doustdar. He is the CEO of Novo Nordisk.